everyone, and welcome to another episode of How to Start a Board Game Company. I'm Jay Cormier with Off the Page Games. Now, we are getting really close. We're 10 days away from launching Kickstarter, and so today I'm going to take you through setting up a Kickstarter page. Now, I've been doing this for the last month and a bit, so mine's already kind of all set up. So let's just go through how it looks and how it works. So I've already done the first step, which I can't re-show you, but it's just about basically making sure you have an account and then saying, hey, start a new project. And then you get presented with these options of the basics. And this part's pretty straightforward. Enter your name and a subtitle, put it in a specific category. You have to say a location where you're from. You can put a project image up. This is just for me temporary right now until I get my video all done. And here's the video. So that'll go here as well. And then you put your funding amount. It has to be in the dollar amount of the origin of country that you live in. You even have the really cool calculator here where if you're like, oh, let's see in order for me to make this work, I need 40 grand. So if that's true, then you can say, if you had, let's say no taxes, it'll show you the Kickstarter fee is 5%, the processing fee is 5%, approximately average. So you should set it at 44,500. So that's kind of neat. So that's cool. Scroll down here. Then when do you want to start? I'm starting on March 3rd, 2020. And I believe in here you can even set a time. I'm not sure. Oh, no. There's not a specific time. You actually click go live when you want to go live. And then first fixed number of days, 30 days, or end on a specific time. Boom. And then you can save that. I'm going to click save. Then you go to the rewards, and in here you can add as many rewards as you want. So far I've got 2 of them in here, and if you click on it, it shows you, here it is, Mind Management Retail Game. And what's great is it gives you a preview of everything it says here. The pledge amount is $60, again, Canadian. And what I like to do is I like to put in the dollar amounts for varying other countries and currency amounts so that people understand, and they'll have to do the conversions in their head of how much it costs. Even though it does come up in their own currency, I just find this useful. And then I put the retail value showing that there is a savings. So that's kind of cool. And then all the text of what you are going to get if you pledge this. This is a nice little tip that I've heard from Helena at Burnt Island Games. There will be no extra shipping charges for additional games. So for each additional game, please add the cost of the game to your pledge so you can add more copies of the game without incurring extra shipping. And yeah, I will pay more shipping for this, but her perspective is that it has increased the number of people that pledge because then people go out and find friends. Do you want to order it too? Because it'll help me reduce my shipping costs. So please. And then estimated delivery. I might change this to January. I'm still getting some quotes back from my manufacturer on timelines and whatnot. So we'll see. And then I put no shipping on here because there's no shipping is not included. Otherwise you'd select only certain countries anywhere in the world. But I say no shipping for this because the shipping is collected afterwards. That's how I'm doing it. This is unlimited, or you could limit it if you say, oh, there's only 10 of these because maybe you have a specifically high demand type of high demand or high limited quantity of one of your stretch goal, one of your items that you have for sale, one of your reward levels, possibly like early bird or something like that, or a time limit, so you can have a time limit on those. And that's that. And then you can save the reward and go to, and I'll show you the next one. Boom. And then the same thing. Everything here is identical with the exception of the prices being different, but otherwise same thing. Cool. Nothing different? No. Okay, cool. Go back to the top, and we now go to the meat of it is the story. So let's go to the story. This is where you're going to be telling the story of your game. So I like to start off with a nice kind of what we call a beauty shot that has the game, has it all set up, and shows a bunch of the age demographics and number of people that can play. Very easy, along with all of your friendly shipping zones that you're shipping to. I have a little bit of I might give this a header up here, but this is just the story, the theme of it. And you have a choice here. I did all mine in the text in Kickstarter, and there's definitely ways where I've seen people kind of create images, JPEGs and whatnot, and then put the text in the JPEG, and it looks a lot funkier and a lot cooler. But one downside to those campaigns is that they don't look great on phones, I find. You have to do a lot of zooming in to see this, whereas when you use just text, it's going to be readable on any device that you look it up. So I like that. Kind of nice little image here, just kind of giving you a little quick summary of the three things that I wanted to highlight the most in the game. And then here's the what's in the box. And there's many ways to do this. This is the longest way to do it. I'm hoping this will be good. And I'm trying to show off a lot of the kind of cool, funky art and the vibe from this game. So the game board being first because it's very eye-catching. And the mental screen. And then all the cards. All individuals. A lot of places don't do this. A lot of Kickstarters don't do every single card kind of thing. But I think the art is so cool, I wanted to show everything off. And then all the tokens laid out. Probably could have done this in shorter time, so it's definitely not controversial, but definitely some people would try to maybe just use this much area and just show kind of them splayed, 16 feature cards and show them splayed. But I think there's a value in this game to show it all like that. And then I have a deluxe elements because there's going to be a deluxe version that you can buy it. So in here we have the 8 wooden character tokens. And this might turn into a GIF where they kind of spin around, so you can see these are the backs of their heads, and it's kind of cool what Matt did. This is the idea here is this is what's this person is thinking about, like what's the core of their belief and their where they come from and what they're all about. So that's pretty cool. And these are the 4 immortals, the bad people. I don't like what I did here, so I don't know if anyone has any advice, but basically this in the deluxe it comes with an improved mental screen. So it's a 2mm board instead of cardstock. And that's huge. That's a big improvement. So this is just the normal one in retail. It's just cardstock. It kind of folds out in like playing card thickness. But this will be a board, kind of like Mysterium or something, where it's an actual board, you know. But on top of that, it also has 4 pockets. So it allows you to display your recruiter and 3 feature cards. And the challenge here is that this is white. And the reason why it's white is because it comes white. The inside is blank. There is, as you'll see in a minute, a stretch goal where we will add art to it. But right now it's blank. And so it's challenging for me to figure out what to do here. Because that doesn't look great. Doesn't look like that's an improved mental screen. But that's a huge deal to have it made out of cardboard and instead of cardstock. And to have the pocket so you can always see what you are going for. The Mayhem tokens are wood, and now all the mental note tokens are plastic, like little mini poker chips that are still dry erasable. And then this area here is going to be for game trays. They're doing the inside stuff for that, and I'm getting that this week, so I just left it blank for now. You see I've got a lot of stuff lying around. How to play. So here's again, information on how to play, and I've got some GIFs, and these are from my video, but my animator is going to be making me special GIFs because this is super nausea inducing because it zooms in and moves. And so he said he'll make specific GIFs instead of me using these. Some of these aren't. This one's fine. This is a great little GIF. But anyways, he said just making a GIF out of your video is not the best thing because sometimes there's issues on cell phones and whatnot loading these GIFs, and the resolution. It wasn't resolution. It was just the how much information is in it, because you want your GIFs to be as clean as possible. So make white backgrounds and just keep it as clean and as bare as possible to ensure they're getting load on every device apparently. So anyways, this is how to play. I'm not sure if this is too long, but it does really show very well how to play the game and kind of gives you a walkthrough with visuals. So I kind of like it, but we'll see. And then I talk about the shift system, which is this idea here, but the fact that you can get these packages, you open the packages, you get contents. That's so cool. That's so great. It feels like I need more here. It feels like maybe I need to show some pictures of it. So yeah, but the challenge is in the retail version, it's going to be different packaging than in the deluxe for the shift system. So we'll see. Then we get to the stretch goals. This is how I'm doing the stretch goals. It's a bit tight, so it doesn't give me a lot of room to talk about it. But basically, these turn into white brains with the big check mark when they're funded. And then I have each of them kind of here with a bit of example of what it is. So the first one is a new setup card with a new ability. A new setup card that provides a new tweak to the rules for future plays. So that's a new card and then new art added to the inside of the screen at 55. Matt Kent will create new art for the inside of the screen, and it's currently blank. And then I'm already showing that, so I'm only showing 3 right now. More stretch goals will be announced, and that we can have different size shapes of recruit meeples. That's kind of cool. Then this I have to tweak a bit more because it's not super clear, but there's a secret mission. I think I'm going to put a little subheader saying, help unlock new content. I think that'll help guide people like, oh, what can I do? Basically, this is a secret mission where you can decode the eraser's question to unlock a new sealed package, which this is an example of the sealed package in the Deluxe. And so what I'm doing here is there's a secret mission. I've given kind of the rules of it, and this is a bit different, but basically I've hidden around places this image of the eraser is the main bad villain in Mind Management, and she's hiding all over the place. And if you can find all of her codes and then decode them in some way, then if enough people do that and then privately message me with the answer to the question she's asking, if 100 people do it, everyone's going to get a whole new package, instead of 10, it'll come with 11 sealed packages in the game. So that's pretty wild. And then this also isn't clear. Play the game isn't clear. That's not the right thing. It's again, help unlock more content, because throughout this whole campaign, we're going to actually play the game on Mind Management with all of us. I'm going to play the role as the recruiter secretly moving around. And then I'm encouraging people to go into the comment section with #capture and talk about what they want to do on their next turn. And then I said at a certain time, at March 3rd at 1 p.m., the first comment after that has the #capture, that's the move I'm going to enter. So you could enter something like, Maru, move one space down and one space right, ask about the Dream Bus. So obviously you have to know how to play in order to participate. So you have to watch the videos or read the rule book, which will be attached in here somewhere. But I think this will be a fun way to kind of keep people engaged, and they have to find me. And if they do, then we get to unlock a recruiter, an agent, or an ally, and people will vote on what they want to unlock. So that should be hopefully fun. And the reviews, they're not all in yet, so that hasn't been done. And then a shipping, which I need a lot of words around here yet to type in about what I can do for shipping. And then our team, with a little bit of a blurb about all of us. Sen gave me his picture. I haven't uploaded it yet. And then I also want to add in other people in here, like the person, Ori Kagan, who did the video, which is unbelievably amazing. I saw the first cut of it, and I'm so excited. And Noah and Bruce from the Game Trays, they also doing some amazing stuff for this. They're excited. I'm excited that they're part of this. So this is it. So that you kind of do all that at any time. You can preview it. For some reason, they're not. All of a sudden, it's not letting me preview. Oh, that's weird. Oh, because I have to save it first. That's why. And then I can press preview, and then it shows you what your page looks like, which is pretty cool. So this is what it would look like with the pledges down the side, and that'll give you an idea of like, oh, that's how much scrolling it is and what the size of it is, and you can exit preview. And then you go over to people. This is here where a little bit about yourself. That's fine. Tell you people about yourself. If you want a vanity URL, you can have a very specific. Here it is, profile/that. That's great. And then you have collaborators. And so obviously I let Sen in as a co-designer, Noah, so he could see where everything's going from Game Trays. So this allows you to have other people, and you can give them all sorts of different, like for example, we can go in here. Sen that's his email. He's a co-designer, and you can give him various permissions to edit the project, to make edits on your everything, to upload project FAQs, to manage the community, to blah blah blah, to coordinate fulfillment, all sorts of stuff. So that's that. And then for payment, this takes a little bit of time, so you have to go through here, and there's certain stages where they have to verify if everything's accurate, identify, confirm your bank account, payment source. And that takes a couple days of going back and forth. So definitely make sure you're doing this. You can do all of this months in advance. You literally can. And then once all of this part is done, then you have to say submit, and it submits, and you have to wait a certain amount of time. And sometimes it's 2 days, sometimes it's a few hours, and you get an email saying it's been approved. And once it's been approved, and so this is why you don't do it like the day before your Kickstarter, because you're like, oh, why is it not? You can submit with like so little information, just your funding goal, what the game is all about, just very basic information. You can submit it. It's really, it seems like it must be a bot that approves it, because sometimes it's approved really fast for me, but I've heard of other people that it's not approved very fast, so I don't know. And the promotion, here's where this is going to be your URL. So this is what you can send to everybody, and you can have all your links going here. And if you go here now, it's just going to take people to a nice little preview page where they can say, oh, let me click, tell me when it's live. Oh yeah. Oh, they changed that. It used to say click here to notify me. Tell me when it's live. So now I have 341 people that are going to be emailed when this goes live. So that's kind of nice. Oh, there you go. It says it there. Pre-launch page. You can, yeah, okay, cool. And some Google Analytics if you want to do that. And that's pretty much it. That's a quick run through of how a Kickstarter page is kind of assembled. Again, do it as early as you possibly can to get it all ready and going, and then just kind of keep tweaking it. Get some collaborators in there to get feedback, and then at a certain point you can actually open it up for previews, which I'm going to do as soon as I start getting my video and these GIFs ready, and have actual people go through it, then from the public or from specific people you want to invite. And they can give you feedback in the Kickstarter campaign. Also has that ability to kind of have people comment and whatnot, and it's a good way to get eyes on your project before it's live. So that's this week. I got to go, as you can see, a lot more work I have to do on my Kickstarter page. So thanks so much. See you again next week. Bye-bye.